Hey everyone, before we get into the video, I just want to say a huge thank you to Fanta Flare. We've officially picked up our first voice actor for the series. You can check out their channel with the link in the description below. I'm still looking for more voice actors to join the project, so if you're interested, I'd love to hear from you. You can join my Patreon, it's completely free, and send me a DM there to get involved. Thanks so much for all the support. And now, let's get into the video. A dissonant voice called from afar.
Abe. Abe.
It beckoned to him, trying to draw him out from the abyss. Too bad that he was long gone by now. Lost deep in his mind, far away from the reach of reality. However, just because he was gone didn't mean the body remained still. His eyes opened. While he couldn't see before, everything was clear as day now. His head rested gently on the yellow bear's lap. Her thick thighs and warm hands made for a comforting experience, but her gaze provided the exact opposite. She was watching him, and had been for quite a while. Her unblinking stare and lack of eyes sent chills up his spine. Her face was blank, no expression whatsoever. Almost like a gargoyle. Something that isn't supposed to move, but does anyway.
Welcome back.
She caressed his cheek, still blank in the face.
I hope you had a nice rest, but now that you're awake, I have a few questions for you.
He tried to sit up, but was held down by the woman.
I'd prefer you stayed there.
Her face turned bright red, clearly embarrassed by her own statement. He didn't object and laid back down. His eyes scanned the room and examined her thoroughly. She was puzzled by his actions, considering how the room was pitch black.
Abe, can you see?
He nodded, confirming that the absence of light did not bother his ability to see.
Where are we, Fredbear?
Instantly, his pillow was swiped from under him, and his head collided on the floor. The sound was metallic and echoed throughout the room.
Ow!
The world around him quickly faded to black, and just like that, Abe was back.
Who turned out the lights?
From the shadows called a voice, seemingly distraught.
Where did you hear that name?
Abe was confused because as far as he was concerned, he had just woken up.
What name?
You said my name, and I would like to know where you heard it.
Lady, I don't have a clue who you are. I can't see a thing and your voice doesn't sound any bit familiar. Now, if you would do me a solid and get me out of here, that would be great.
Her laugh was deep and distorted. It echoed throughout the room, making it seem like a massive system of caves. Abe immediately regretted asking the woman for a favor and made it known publicly.
I didn't mean to do anything to offend you, miss. Please don't hurt me.
The laughter stopped, and the voice centered directly behind him.
Why would I hurt you? You've already got so much on your plate, Abe. I'm simply trying to help. After all, I got you away from my sister. But she is asking me to bring you back, so if you would like to deal with her, I'll gladly take you.
Abe turned to face her.
Don't send me back, but you've got some explaining to do. I didn't see either of you on the list of animatronics, so who are you?
She smiled and reached for him. He had instinctively jumped back from all of them so far. So why was it that he embraced the scariest-looking one? Guess that must just be what he's into. She wrapped her arms tightly around him, making sure to keep all the exposed wires away from his body. To his surprise, she was very warm to the touch. She tucked his head between her breasts and he didn't fight her. Every move she made, he swayed with her, making sure to never leave her reach. Something about her called to him. He wanted her. Badly. And he was going to get just that. Her voice changed. It was like a heavenly symphony, smooth as silk, and she began to speak.
All right, then. I suppose we should start with a proper introduction. I'm Golden Freddy, but everyone calls me Goldie.
Goldie.
Abe thought.
I like that name. I'm Abe.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Abe. We are currently in the vents of the building, since you asked where we were. I brought you down here because my sister was about to have her way with you, which could have ended very badly. It was for your own safety, but if you wish to pursue that route, I will return you immediately.
He didn't speak, just shook his head. He was in heaven, snuggled into her. Why would he ever want to leave?
Good boy.
His face turned red as a tomato as Goldie began to stroke his hair.
Poor thing. You must be terrified that we are alive. I'm sure no one told you, did they?
I'm not sure that a program would be considered alive.
She kissed him on the head.
Dear, I've been around a lot longer than you have, and believe me when I say that I am a lot more human than most people you'll meet.
They sat in silence for a moment while Abe thought about what she said. Just as he went to speak, a sound of metal clanking came from afar. Goldie tightened her grasp like a clamp being locked closed. Abe immediately flew into a panic. He squirmed and tried to pull away, but it was too late. He was already caught in the trap. She had his face buried in her chest, gasping for air, but nothing came. He tried to yell, but it came out as a muffled cry that would go unanswered. He should have known better than to trust one of these robots. But there was just something about her that made him let his guard down. And now, I knew she was too nice, he thought. A voice came from the other side of the room.
I figured you'd be here. What, you thought I'd forget the layout? That wouldn't be able to find you here? Well, that's hilarious, sister. Now I would greatly appreciate it if you would give him to me. And don't even think about jumping again, because I will find you.
And Goldie growled at SpringBonnie as if a predator trying to protect its food.
He doesn't want you.
SpringBonnie smirked.
But he wants you? I find that hard to believe that Sam would want anyone other than me.
Goldie looked worried.
Sis, are you okay? Excuse me? Sis, Sam is gone. You know Sam is gone, and he has been for years. Psh, what are you talking about, Goldie? He's sitting right there.
She gestured to Abe. Goldie unfurled her arms and his body went limp as it hit the floor.
Oh, God.
She started to shake him, trying to wake him up, to no avail.
Ha! Good job, sis. You killed him too. Guess that's all you were good for.
SpringBonnie seemed unbothered by the potentially deceased guard lying in the center of the room.
Please, sis, help him.
SpringBonnie slowly walked over and kneeled down beside Goldie.
Of course I'm going to help him. I would never let Sam die. I was simply letting you stew in your arrogance for a moment. Maybe next time you'll give me what I ask for when I ask for it. Yes, sis, of course. I'm sorry.
SpringBonnie felt up and down Abe's body before landing at his neck to check for a pulse. After a few seconds of waiting, she spoke.
Well, Goldie, you're one lucky girl. He's fine, just unconscious.
Goldie held back tears as she hugged her sister.
Thank God.
SpringBonnie looked annoyed from the hug, but waited just a second before prying Goldie's arms off of her.
Goldie, why did you leave him in the dark?
As SpringBonnie stood up, she reached for the ceiling, pulling on a cord which blasted the room with a bright light. The room was made of aluminum and barely big enough to stand up in. There was a control panel completely outfitted with buttons and levers, each designated with their own purpose.
I mean, seriously, Goldie. He could have got hurt in here. What were you thinking?
As SpringBonnie turned back around, both Abe and Goldie had disappeared.
Yep. Should have seen that coming.
She looked at the wall before it began to thin, turning from a solid sheet of metal into a light mist. As she watched colors dance on the other side, she could see them. Not just their bodies, but the real them. The one that was on the inside. SpringBonnie watched carefully, recognizing the movements of every other girl and waiting to pick her sisters out of the conglomerate of people stuck in the building. Her world was constructed by the haunting presence of William. Nothing was as it was supposed to be. The shells of mankind were invisible to her, leaving nothing but what's inside for her to view. And that's when she saw him.
There you are, Sammy. Next stop, the office. But how do I get those two apart? Suppose I'll figure that out on the way. But for now...
She waltzed over to the control panel and ran her hand across the surface like a pianist who had been away from their instrument far too long. But did she still know how to play? Of course she does. William made her to remember everything that happens unless told otherwise. Like a one-woman band, she began pulling on the levers and pressing buttons. While it would seem random to most, to those who knew this was not random, no, it was a code. One not meant to be used by her or anyone else for that matter. But her special abilities allowed her to watch William input this code for his last victim. The lights in the dining room flickered and cycled through every color of the rainbow. The curtains flung open, just to shut again. Music roared throughout the building as she danced about the room, humming the same crackly, dark tune that William had sung that night. There was a crackle, then a pop, and all of the lights went out. SpringBonnie marched towards the door to leave and let out a cackle that would haunt the most twisted of souls. Much like her creator, Nothing could stop her unless she let it. She had a job to do, and by God, she was going to do it. She spoke into the void, expecting an answer from someone.
So, Sammy, ready to play a little game?
She crawled out from under the control room under the stage and started towards the office. Hey everyone, if you made it this far, I'm really impressed, and you are the real fans. Leave a comment down below saying you made it to the end. And I once again just really want to thank Fanta Flare for joining the project. As I said at the start, if you're interested in joining the project, join my Patreon, completely free, and DM me. Alright, love you all. See you in the next one.